Hello everyone and welcome to another live protocol video. So on this video we're going to be talking about the ESTP personality type and what they find most attractive in other people or in life in general. So ESTPs, they're known for being the manly man. Even when we have female ESTPs, they are known for having characteristics that are better attributed to manly characters. They are known for being thrill seekers. That's the stereotypical image of an ESTP, but what people fail to realize most of the times is that they have introverted thinking as their secondary function. And what does that mean? So that means that introverted thinking will always be in the background, providing them with logical ways to overcome obstacles, so they don't just jump into the danger without thinking about it. Yes, they do like to adapt, they do like to improvise, but introverted thinking gives them a very strong ability for them to just pivot in the heat of the moment and come out on the other side unscathed. So it's not like they jump mindlessly into something. They do have a lot of control. The stereotypical image of the ESTPs, of the thrill seekers that jump mindlessly into dangerous activities, it's not accurate at all. They do have a lot of control in whatever they do. Another thing I want to mention is that then when we combine extroverted sensing, which is a very freedom-oriented, freedom for physical activities, freedom of speech, is a very freedom-oriented function, and we combine it with introverted thinking, which is a very justice-oriented function, is finding the truth about things, makes them very focused on being freedom fighters. They are the most likely type to jump into action when they witness injustice. Anyway, I'm giving away too much from the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you love the show.
What are ESTPs attracted to? ESTPs can be attracted to exactly the same things everyone else is, but that does not invalidate the fact that there are a few things that seem to stand out, and are common to most ESTPs. One of the things the majority of ESTPs seem to have in common, is the fact they enjoy being around people, and are often drawn to social activities. They also appreciate anything that is new and exciting, and they love experiencing new sensations. ESTPs can be quite spontaneous, so they often find themselves attracted to people who are equally as impetuous. Lastly, ESTPs tend to be drawn to those who have a strong sense of self-confidence, as they are normally very confident people themselves. What do ESTPs value the most? Let's start by analyzing their dominant cognitive function. ESTPs lead with something called extroverted sensing, or SE, and this function is known, among other things, to be very sensitive to sensorial stimulation. ESTPs need to experience the world around them. They are firmly grounded in reality, and their fascination for the present never wavers. This means they have a propensity to adapt and adjust to situations in real time, instead of preparing or planning in advance. They are masters of adaptation. That's where they feel comfortable. They feel energized when they can quickly pivot, or change course. They need to feel like they have the space to maneuver and handle situations as they come. They hate to feel like their freedom is being limited in any way. ESTPs can even become annoyed if they feel like their personal space is not being respected the way they like it to, like standing too close to them, especially in an uninvited manner. Their second function is called introverted thinking, or TI, and this is a function that looks for logical consistency and unadulterated truth. Introverted thinking also carries with it a very strong justice component. ESTPs are probably the most likely type to jump into action when they witness injustice. We cannot also forget that TI is a function that is devoid of emotional input. Thinking in its essence focuses mainly on what makes sense logically and what doesn't, often forsaking emotions and feelings. ESTPs call it as they see it. They are not ones to sugarcoat or take into consideration proper etiquette. That is what gave them the reputation of being rough around the edges when it comes to their speech. Considering all we've just heard, it's safe to say that what ESTPs value the most is freedom in all its forms. Be it freedom of choice, to choose whatever they want without having to provide any sort of explanation, freedom of speech, the freedom to tell it like it is, bodily freedom, the freedom to use their bodies as they will. What are ESTPs attracted to? The first thing ESTPs are attracted to, considering what we already talked about earlier, is the fact that they prefer people who are straightforward and say what they think. ESTPs don't like it when people drag on for too long with boring conversations or explanations. Their SE is like a continuous wheel in perpetual motion. If you slow it down for too long, they will become bored or even irritated. Another aspect of SE is the physical side of it. ESTPs are physical creatures, they like action and usually have reserves of unspent pent-up energy. They are attracted to people who can keep up with them. It's a good idea to take them to an event where they can release their energy, like a concert, a run, or even a walk. The worst dates for ESTPs are when the other person wants to sit down and talk about feelings for hours. They normally have many friends, and can get along with anyone if they choose to, so they are attracted to people who are also social creatures, and can hang out with their group of friends. We cannot forget that ESTPs also have an intellectual side, although often overshadowed by their dominant function of SE. Introverted thinking makes ESTPs attracted to people who are smart and witty. Although deeply intellectual conversations are not their bread and butter, they will be attracted to, and respect people who demonstrate strong wit or intelligence. We are all attracted to traits that seem to complement our weak spots, and ESTPs are attracted to people with high mental energy. ESTPs also value individuality. They are all about freedom and breaking free from control or expectations. This means they don't like people who don't have that individuality about them. Instead, ESTPs appreciate people who can take advantage and use the freedom of self-expression they so vigorously fight for. Don't copy or try to act like them, that will only annoy and make them lose respect for you. Their gift to humanity, or role in society, is to make sure freedom is upheld in every possible aspect. And when they see people not accepting, or taking advantage of their gift, they get annoyed. In other words, they don't want you to be just another brick in the wall, be your unique self. Another aspect ESTPs like to witness in other people is their planning capabilities. Although they are great at making quick decisions, they do prefer to do it in the form of adjustment. Don't ask an ESTP to plan your date or your vacation, that will make them crawl up the wall. They like people who can plan things, but at the same time leave room for transformation or modification. They like people who are flexible, and willing to change course if the need arises, without it being a major disturbance. ESTPs are attracted to people who have the understanding that rules should be questioned, if only for the sake to prove them legitimate. Their strong extroverted sensing wants strong emotions. There's a reason why they are known as the thrill seekers of the MBTI community. But one distinction people seem to fail to mention is that due to their secondary introverted thinking function, whenever they engage in one of those more dangerous activities, they actually have a good level of control. And being masters of adaptation, they always seem to come out of it unscathed, well, at least in most cases, because we can't forget, especially ESTPs, complete control is something many try to achieve, but few ever get there.
If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That will allow us to keep making more videos like this. For more related content, please click on one of the suggested videos. Thank you for watching.